This is the Google Pixel 3 XL, Google's 2018 flagship. So that means that this phone is 5 years old. So does it still deliver? Let's find out in my Google Pixel 3 XL 2023 review. This is a flagship phone, so the build should be premium. The back and front are made with Gorilla Glass 5 and they are held together by an aluminum frame. The back actually has a two-tone finish. This phone is a bit slippery, but once you get a case for it, it's comfortable to hold. This is the white model and it has a green power button. And this phone has IP68 water and dust resistance. Onto the UI, the Google Pixel 3 XL came out with Android 9, but the model here has Android 12. And as you'd expect from a Google Pixel, this is the stock version. Unlike the UI of the likes of Samsung and Xiaomi, which have heavy overlays on top. And there are Google apps everywhere. When you swipe left on the home screen, it will take you to the Google feed. Swiping down opens the notification center and you'll see 4 control bubbles. And when you swipe down again, you will get the rest of the controls. Swiping up on the home screen opens the app menu and you can easily get back to the home screen by swiping down. Let's move on to the screen. The Google Pixel 3 XL has a 6.3-inch POLED screen with a 1440p resolution and a standard 60Hz refresh rate. The standard refresh rate provides a normal swiping and scrolling experience here. Not ideal for a flagship these days. As far as brightness goes, the screen does a good job. The Pixel 3 XL's screen has 3 color modes, a natural mode which makes things look natural, a boosted mode which adds more saturation, and an adaptive mode. The Google Pixel 3 XL provides a good experience when watching content. But there is a problem. The huge notch at the top is a bit distracting, and at the moment, there is no option to hide it. Since this is an OLED, there is support for always on display, which shows you the time, notifications, and the amount of battery you have left. For audio, the Google Pixel 3 XL has a pair of front-facing stereo speakers, one at the bottom and the other at the top between the 2 selfie cameras in the notch. They are decently loud and the sound quality is also good, with even a little bit of bass. You can wake up and unlock the screen with a rear-mounted fingerprint reader. It is very easy to register a fingerprint, and once that is done, it works well. It's fast, accurate, and responsive. And you can get the Google Pixel 3 XL with 64 or 128 gigs of internal storage. That is not expandable via micro SD. Now let's talk about the performance. The Google Pixel 3 XL runs on a Snapdragon 845 processor with 4 gigs of RAM, and performance-wise it does a decent job, running everyday tasks smoothly and playing games at reasonable graphic settings. But the performance is limited by the RAM, and as a result, multitasking is a bit of a hassle here. And the Google Pixel 3 XL got warm even after a few minutes of heavy use. Not really ideal. Now let's talk about the cameras. The Google Pixel 3 XL has a single 12.2 megapixel camera at the back. At the front, there are 2 selfie cameras, an 8 megapixel main camera and an 8 megapixel ultra wide. Let's start off with the selfies. For the main selfie camera, the results are good. There is a decent amount of detail, bright exposure, and lively colors. It's pretty much the same story with the ultra-wide lens. just with a wider field of view. Selfie portraits are good. The subject is well exposed, the subject separation is good, and the background blur is nice. Let's move on to the photos produced by the rear camera, and they are good. There is a lot of detail, good contrasts, saturated colors, and a bright enough exposure. Let's look at zoom shots here. At 2 times, the results are decent, but the sharpness is a little less here. At 4 times and 7 times, however, the sharpness drops further. Portraits are good. The subject detection and separation are all great, and the background blur is lovely. At night, the Google Pixel 3 XL does a good job. There's a lot of detail, bright enough exposure, and saturated colors. There is support for night mode, and it's called night sight, and when you enable it, you get a brighter exposure and boosted colors, but at the cost of a 3-second processing time for each shot. For video recording, the Google Pixel 3 XL can record up to 4K, and there is electronic image stabilization. But let's see what we have in 1080p. The results are good, with a decent level of detail, nice colors, and a bright enough exposure. Finally, let's talk about the battery. The Google Pixel 3 XL has a 3430 mAh battery, which can take you through the whole day if you are strict on how often you use it. But for more intensive tasks like gaming, the battery drains faster. So there you have it, my Google Pixel 3 XL 2023 review. Thanks for watching. What are your thoughts? Post them down in the comment section below. See ya.